Hi, welcome to J Travel. Now I'm in Singapore. See, so I will give you some of the four tips. I mean not four tips, four things to take note about the COVID situation in Singapore. As of today, we have more than 500 cases of COVID in Singapore. Almost half are recovered. We have two deaths. Majority of our case now is reaching up to 53 a day at least, and more than half of it is imported cases, while there is a growing case of local transmission unlinked case. So the government is stepping up measures. Since February, we are on Dorscon Orange, and we have split sites and social distancing in all our workplace and in our school. So that is the first one. Second one, all transient visitors are banned from entering Singapore since last Sunday, and of the previous laws they give since February to March, they curb the traveling of people inside and outside of Singapore. Meaning to say, those who enter Singapore, especially those who are residents, must serve a 14 days home notice. Those who have the symptoms must be quarantined or hospitalized if they have a severe case. Last night, those who come from US and UK starting today will need to go to a hotel and serve their 14 days notice until they recover. Their meals are provided. So that is the second one. All transient visitors are not allowed to enter Singapore, and Singaporeans are not encouraged to go out. If they incur coronavirus, they will have no subsidies. The third thing is uh, Singapore will have a new stricter laws, which is more stricter than last week. Last week they curve out large crowd gatherings from 215 to 250 and less are allowed. Now they curve it to 10. 10 lesser are allowed to congregate. More than 10 is not allowed. Therefore, all the religious institutions, church, mosques, and temples are closed starting tomorrow evening, March 26, all the way to April 30. All the karaoke, cinemas, gyms, some retail shops and restaurants, some restaurants are closed starting March 26 onwards to April 30. It may extend if the situation of local transmission and case to case per day gets worse. So that is the third thing. Starting tomorrow, we will have stricter rules of people gathering outside the workplace and school. For the workplace and school, it still applies, but for the school they cut off all the CCA and outdoor activities. But for the schools and workplace, all the previous rules still applies, like social distancing and business continuity plan, where the workforce of uh, must work in a separate teams in a different location. So if any of one of the location have COVID, at least the other business can still function or other team can still function. So these are some of the stricter rules. These rules of less than 10 applies both inside and outside of our homes, both outdoor and indoor, everywhere, even in parks. Even in the tourist spots, they are limiting the people who are going inside, and they apply strict social distancing of about 1 meter. And if the situation, this is the fourth one, if the situation will not worse, they may proceed to lock down Singapore soon and may raise the Dorscon to red. Because now these parameters that they are given is actually like a red Dorscon if you wish. Because you know coronavirus is very infectious. Asymptomatic symptoms may harm a people, especially those who have weak immune system. And only exposure of less than 30 minutes will cause you to have the virus if you are not taking care of yourself. So that is some of the major changes now in Singapore. So as you can see, there is less or actually no tourists here. Actually, it's 12 in the lunchtime. Even it's hot like this, you may still see a lot of people gathering around this place. But since the announcement last Sunday of banning all transient visitors from every country to Singapore, and last night new measures to lessen the crowd to 10 and less together, and this is the effect. In the coming days it may be less, so the government is trying for 1 month, and it may extend if the situation will not get better for the cases. So for more information, just visit the Ministry of Health Singapore or the Singapore Tourism Board for more official announcements. I'm just showing you what is the real situation of coronavirus, COVID-19 in Singapore, and what are the measures that the government is doing as of today, March 25, 2020. Thank you very much for watching J Travel. Please subscribe and watch my videos in J Travel for more previous travel videos. Later I will upload in the later days I will upload more of my travel in the past weeks. So wait for it here in J Travel. Okay, life in Romania. It's sad situation. I have hope it will finish as soon as possible. Greetings from Budapest. Oh, thank you, life in Romania. Yeah, as you know, today's coronavirus is growing very big to many countries around the world. Huge outbreaks. Now US has the big outbreaks and they are shutting the many states there for 15 days. In Singapore, it's like semi-lockdown if you wish, but they don't want to call it in that way. They just call it stricter measures to curb the coronavirus. That's why they close all the cinemas, the pubs, the karaoke, the gyms, the sports hall, and community clubs. Even all the church, mosques, and temples are closed, and the tourist spots are allowing only few people. In Malaysia and India, just like in China, they're locking down fully or shutting down. Malaysia, partial lockdown, but it affects the whole country. In India, the full lockdown has been issued by the Prime Minister there. In New Zealand and Australia, I heard they also locking down. And now, in Philippines, they put enhanced quarantine throughout the whole Luzon and state of calamity throughout the whole of Philippines. So after the Spanish flu of 1918, this 2020 coronavirus surpassed the effect of it, not just the sickness, but the moral effect to the societies at large throughout the world. It affects everything from politics to sports to workplace to school, every daily lives, both the government and religious societies, secular societies, literally everything. The virus has affected everything. What can we do to protect ourselves? Wear a mask if you need so. As we know, the new study have shown that coronavirus could last through the air at least 3 hours from the infected person who usually show asymptomatic symptoms. And wash your hands and don't touch your face. And keep healthy lifestyle and exercise. And follow your government's order to lock down. It's not a persecution yet, but it is for the public health safety. Just follow them for your own safety. And if you need financial help, please ask your local agencies and government. So this is the situation in Singapore. So please subscribe and like my channel J Travel, and thank you very much and have a nice day.